Hello, some folks have been asking me to do a tutorial for this, and that's what I'm gonna try to do today. So this is supposed to be a villager profession picker system. So first there has to be villagers ready. You can see that up here, there's like 8 of them or something. Then you pick the profession using this book. You put the minecart in the dispensers, so you can have as many as you want. And then you press the button, and it will take one villager, and it will be delivered over here, because we choose the librarian. We can also try, let's say, leather worker. Press the button. The line in the middle is for separating the left side from the right side, because all of these ones can be moved with the piston. So if you want to reset the trade or get a new one, you just press this button. He gets a new trade, so you can see it's the different tunic. Let's do it again. Wait a second, and now he's selling pants. And we can simply send him down, and he will be sent. So he ended up out here, but I didn't actually trade with him, so he didn't keep his leatherworking profession. The idea behind the whole system is to get a profession you want and to get trades you want, because you can easily reset them. Then once you get the trade you want, you can trade with him once, and he will lock in his trade, and you can send him down, and once he's out, you can send him wherever you want. I'm playing on a server, so this is like a communal thing, and anyone can come in here and take the villager they need and move it wherever they want. So as I've said, 7 workstations are movable. On the other side there are 6 more stations and a place for unemployed, but they get sent down immediately because you don't need to pick a station for him if you just want an unemployed villager for some reason, like decoration or something. You can get unemployed villagers from the system. But these 6 workstations have to be manually broken. Let's see. If you want to reset the trade, you have to manually break it and place it down again. Really quickly, before we start the tutorial, this is the breeder, and this is the villager picking system. So I will try to show you how to build this. Tutorial time! So first of all, you will need a breeder. You can find plenty designs online, I'm pretty sure. After you have the breeder, you will need to put villagers into minecarts. The way I did that is I used a separator to separate adult villagers from baby villagers. Adult villager separators you can also find online. I will not get into that. So once you have villagers in a 1x1 hole, you can place rails like this, and it will cause the minecart to pick one up. Next, if you want to put a dispenser over here to hold your minecarts, at this point I will assume you know basics of redstone and can follow what I'm talking about with this, because this will not be a block-to-block tutorial. So the way I did the lectern is you write a book and you write all the numbers from 1 to 14, and you have to have 15 pages. Pages 14 and 15 point to the same number, or in other words, it points to the same villager. You can see when there are exactly 15 pages, then one page responds to one signal strength more. If there were 14 pages instead of 15, then we would have a problem in the middle, because the redstone would skip 2 blocks instead of 1 block, and that's confusing. You can take the comparator signal out of a lectern, or you can take the comparator signal out of a lectern through 1 block. So this will also work if you want to have beautiful interface, right? Right, so now that you've got your lectern and you have your signal strengths, somewhere above that you will need to build this system for exiting villagers. So this will be your input from this side, and then the way I did it is I made a turn every second block, like this. I also made every second block to be powered rail, because otherwise the villagers would lose momentum. The core mechanics of this system is that if you power a block beneath the rail, it will switch position, right? And now depending on the side of the world and which direction you're facing, you will need to adjust whether you power the rail to turn it on, or like over here you power it to turn it, but over here you have to unpower it to turn it, and that's different. So if the rail is turned like this, it means that the minecart will go there, alright? If you unpower this, it will point in this direction. And this means that when a rail is going, it won't go here, but it has enough momentum that it will keep going straight. So if I power this as well, now they will go over here. If I power this thing, now it will go in the fourth place. Again, if you want, you don't have to build it in a circle, you can just build it in a straight line. It's probably a lot simpler to build it in a straight line than to curve it and have everything unsymmetrical. Alright, so now comes the tricky part, and that is you have to link every single strength signal to one of the intersections. Alright, so this configuration works. So we have a comparator into this redstone torch, and this goes into this redstone torch, it goes into this one, and this goes over here into this piece of rail. A thing you have to know, signal strength 1, when it's on 1, it gives a signal strength of 1, and we don't want this to turn anything, right? We want the rail to go over here, and that's good. If we turn it to signal strength of 2, now this one doesn't go to the second rail, it goes to the first rail, because we need to turn the first rail to let the minecart go in the second one. And we have to go, when we pick number 3, we have to take the signal strength of 3 to point it into a second one to let the minecart go in the third slot. And this is basically what you have to do. You can't do this forever, because this increments by 1 block and this up here increments by 2 blocks. So what you have to do instead and extend the signals. So if you look at over here where it says power, right? This is 6, this is 5, 4, 3, 3, because I extended this one with the comparator. And now I can have either this one or this one to point over here, right? So I could either point it from here to here, or I could try and squeeze it in over here, but you won't be able to squeeze it in forever, so eventually you will have to take the comparator and extend the signal to extend it. But also we have different signals leading over here, then over here, then I extend, lead over here, extend over here. And then when I turn, so there are 7 stations over here, then I turn by 1 and extend the signal further, and then I continue to do the same thing. The only one you don't need to control is the last one. It will always be pointing in. You can build this at any height. You will just need to take redstone torches and tower up however you can. If you go on the side of the block, you go in at slower pace, and if you go full block at a time, you will go much faster than if you're alternating like this. You will just need to figure out how to make a torch tower that feeds into each and every rail, and that's pretty much it. Also, depending on how you are turned in the world, you may have to unpower the rail to have it turned the way you want, or you will have to power it. In my case, I had to power it. If I went in the other side, I would have to unpower it. You will just need to have the right amount of torches to get the signal that you need. This block is enough to stop the villager from flying off in unwanted directions. So this will ensure that the villager always flies in this exact block. I would recommend not doing what I did and going a little bit further out so you don't have to squeeze everything in and have problems with these torches. So just take the rails a little bit out so you have more space to work with. Even though they are in minecarts, they will take fall damage if you let them fall, so maybe put some hay bale to reduce it, but if you trade with them, they are gonna get regeneration effects, so you don't have to. So they will fall down here. Now what you do need to do, you will need a slab in front of them. That way you can still click on them, you cannot nudge them or anything. There we go. So they will have the ability to replace the trays. So you need just any button, you need a piece of redstone, and you need 3 observers. You can do it on either side. Let's just put it over here. Connect the button with this redstone. Observer looking at this observer, observer looking at this observer, and over here you will put a sticky piston facing this way. Okay. So now what this is actually a 1-tick pulse created by the observers. What it does is it tracks. So you can see the piston here. It retracts for 1 tick, and it again retracts when this redstone powers off. And this is really neat because it is stylable, so you can place another one over here and do the exact same thing over here. So 3 observers, a piston, and that's it. And a button over here. So now this will retract. Alright, so you can use this system basically now. This is finished. The other option for 7 types that are movable, you can hook up another button over here. You can place a sticky piston over here, redstone block, down here a redstone dust, over here you put a redstone torch, block on top, which feeds into this piston facing upwards. And that's it. Now when you press this button, you will power the redstone, you will power the redstone, you will unpower the redstone torch and unpower the piston. And it will recheck the for. And the cool thing about this design, of course, it is tileable. So you can just build a second one over here, go a block down, take redstone torch, redstone torch over here, and a sticky piston over here. No, sorry, a block and then a sticky piston. And there you go. So that's the system. So pressing this upper button will also activate this piston because it's quasi-powered by this button, but there's nothing you can really do about it, but it's not that important anyway. There's enough space between the redstone for them to fall, and over here you just have to build like some system of powered rails. It's really up to you what you do at this point. They can go in a trading hall or wherever. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope it was educational, and I would like to hear your thoughts about this, and let me know if you build this on your own. And if you want to see what that thing is, also let me know. Anyways, see you. Bye bye.